the Valley. It's about our neighborhoods. Arleta, Panorama City, North Hollywood, North Hills, Lake Balboa, Van Nuys, all of our neighborhoods that we live in. We're going to fix it. And we're going to lay out a plan. And we will lay out that plan together. We will lay out a vision together. We will work on our community plans. We will lay out a plan, a specific plan of how we move forward. What do we want to accomplish our first year? What do we want to get done our second year and 5 years? And who knows, when the day that I'm gone, it won't matter, because it's going to be a plan that you will have set up. It's going to be about you. And we're going to make sure it gets into the books so that people in the future cannot come in, overdevelop it, or not take care of our neighborhoods. So will I fix Lake Balboa? Will I fix every part of our community? Absolutely. I live here. I work here. My family lives here. You, friends and neighbors, this is a priority. This is why I want to run for city council, because I want to take care of our neighborhoods. There's some neighborhoods that are absolutely beautiful. Neighborhoods all over in every single community, beautiful. This was middle-class America. The Valley is middle-class America. And yet, it's moving in a direction, instead of us continuing to be a strong middle-class community, the pressures are to move us in a different direction. So you have my commitment to absolutely, yes, fix our communities.
It would not be a Van Nuys Neighborhood Council meeting without recognizing Miriam Fogler. Miriam, the world famous Miriam Fogler. We need a question, Miriam. All right.
What will it take to get downtown to be more responsive to us, to turn on our video conferencing, and to allow the Valley to have more input right now, not just waiting till after? We need to be expressing ourselves. You need to get down here and get involved and participate and get people to say something about their community. Why can't we have video conferencing down here at Civic Center?
Cindy,
when you get a big fat pay raise, the city
all right. So, very good. All right. Yes, all right. All right, so thank you. That's enough. All right, thank you. All right, okay, all right. So the world can keep Miriam. All right, the world can keep turning now that Miriam has been recognized. Cindy, your position on video conferencing,
yes,
please.
Absolutely. I mentioned it before. I support getting video conferencing here in the Valley. I support them. Actually, they need to come down here. The mayor and all the council members need to come to the Valley more, because they don't understand our issues out here. They're not here. And I think if they actually spent more time here, they would realize that here in the Valley, we have some very specific needs. We are not Hollywood, and we are not downtown LA. We are the Valley. And in order for them to actually get to know us, I think that they should spend more time. And when they're not, we should have a powerful voice of people being here through video conferencing. And let's expand, like I was saying before. It's like there's new technologies that exist today, and at minimum, allow us, because there's so many reasons. Getting downtown is horrible. It takes us like over an hour to get downtown and try to come back. I mean, we waste the whole day trying to get downtown LA. Then if you're taking the bus, or you're taking the orange line, or you're taking the red line, which is what I do, we're at least an hour and a half if we're on time and we catch all the trains and the subway and the bus. So people have disabilities. People have jobs. And if we truly want to empower our community, at minimum, we should have video conferencing. So yes, to answer your question, and we will do whatever we possibly can. And the question was asked about pay raises. I know that's a big, or the council salary. I was very clear with every reporter, every community member that has asked me, am I open to cutting council salaries? Absolutely. We should be paying for our own cell phone bills. They should be paying for their car bills. And let's sell the fancy cars, and put it into video conferencing.
Nuys, you're recognized.
Miriam, you know that I support video. Video Yeah. Miriam, we just talked about this on Saturday.
Miriam, please.
Janet. So, it's about a $30,000 to $50,000 endeavor, and there are some of us in the Valley that very much want to do this. We need more support. Obviously, we need to get to 8 votes in order for us to put this back in the budget. But it's certainly something that we're working on.
Very good. Radomir, are you ready for your question? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to recognize the council president from North Hollywood West. He's going to finish up with the last question, then we're going to do closing statements. Mr. President, you are recognized.
How do you plan on working with the other council members? You're both talking about visions and plans, but how do you want to make a vision and a plan? How do you want to get together with the other council members and come up with a vision and a plan? How do you plan on doing that? That's what I'd like to know.
Nuri, let's start with you.
Well, I currently, and I say this with a lot of pride, I didn't have a lot of the members on the council that supported me the first time I ran. And over the course of 18 months, I've gotten to work on a lot of different projects with them. The members in the Valley get along very well, sir. We all get along. We are part of the COG of the San Fernando Valley, so we meet quarterly to make sure that transportation issues are something that we're constantly talking about. We're currently working together in terms of fighting for light rail on Van Nuys Boulevard. The Crenshaw line, for example, is underutilized in terms of the ridership. The ridership has always existed from the north to the south. It's something that this area and this community has never gotten its fair share of. Metro has never listened to this part of the district. And part of what the Valley Council members have done is come together around some of these very difficult transportation issues to address gridlock in some of these major streets in the Valley, to address the fact that Metro has always shortchanged us in terms of the red line, in terms of what we need to see on Van Nuys Boulevard to be able to move the ridership. It's the second largest ridership corridor in the entire city of Los Angeles is Van Nuys Boulevard. We need to fight for those kinds of things. The only reason Crenshaw got funded, it wasn't because they had the most ridership, it's because they had a fighter in Mark Riley Thomas that sits on that Metro board, and because their community got organized and demanded for that line to go underground and to make sure that that line got built. We need to do the same thing. I'm very proud of the relationship that I have with the members in the Valley. We all represent very diverse communities. The council member to the north and I are talking about high-speed rail, which is going to impact both of our districts significantly. We talked to Mitch Englander to the west of me, who also used to share Lake Balboa, so he's been very instrumental in helping with those issues. And so I'm very proud of the relationship that I have with them. There is no reason why we can't continue to work together.
So this election is about the Valley, right? And one of the things that I feel that is, again, one of my strongest assets is the ability to know how to get things done, ability to have leadership and be able to work with people, network to get things done. That means working with the mayor, the council members, department heads, commissioners, empowering our neighborhood councils, empowering our neighborhood watch groups, empowering community leaders that may not even be part of any formalized association. That's the most important thing. And the reason that why we will get listened to out here in the Valley is going to be because of you. When it's campaign season, they're all out here. 40% of the votes for a citywide election come from the Valley. Know you have power. You are one of the most important constituencies that exist anywhere in the city of Los Angeles. So those council members better listen to us. They have to listen to our issues. They have to listen to what we care about. And the mayor and the council members have to come down to the Valley and know our issues. So how are they going to, am I going to be able to work with them? Absolutely. That's probably one of my greatest qualities, I would hope, is the ability to work with people. Even people that are opposed to me, I still work with them, because we have to be able to get things done. So you have my commitment on that to do everything I can. But I tell you, this election and serving this district is not about the downtown interest. It's about our Valley interest. I will be a voice for you. And together, the way we are organized today and the way we have been organized throughout for many different issues, that is what's going to allow us to be successful. I've got relationships with all of them, from the mayor to every single council member. And they know that I'm smart. They know I know how to get things done. They know I work hard. They know I'm going to work for you. So I will be respected on that city council. No question about it.
Yeah, we have to restrict it to the 3 questions. What we're going to do, Nuys started off with the opening statements, so we'll have Cindy start off with the closing statements. Ladies, you guys have 3 minutes each, and then after that, I will put this council in recess for 10 minutes so we can all have cake, because it's Van Nuys's birthday. And thank you both for coming and doing this. Thank you for coming before the council and all of the constituents. So for the 3 minutes, Cindy, we're going to start off with you for closing statements. Ms. Montanez, you are recognized.
Okay. Well, thank you again to everybody for the Neighborhood Council for putting it together, all the community members that are here. It's really simple. You have a choice. There's 2 people on the ballot. There's going to be one election, Tuesday, March 3rd. And you either vote for what you currently have in your neighborhood or you vote for change. I believe that our community deserves better. When the council member talks about all these illegal marijuana dispensaries, we voted in 2013 to only allow 120, I forget the exact amount. So why hasn't that already happened citywide? Why are we going around and not enforcing what we as voters voted for? When there's all this illegal dumping, the rules are in the books. Here we have a council member that, you know, those of you that like what's been going on, vote for her, okay? We have an ability right now to make a change. When people ask about, you know, what are we going to do with the council? She chairs the audit committee. She has counseled 24 out of 36 audit committees. 24 out of 36 as the chair of the audits committee. So when you talk about the neighborhood issues that you want to be taken care of, bulky items, our parks aren't being cleaned. $21 million gets left on the table for broken sidewalks. It's your choice. If that's who you want to elect, then vote for Nuys. If you want something different because you value your property rights, you value your homeowner rights, you value your neighborhood, you want to make sure your apartment structures or your homes are taken care of, then give me a shot. Give me the opportunity to serve you well. In any position that I have ever had, I have served you well. And don't believe the lies that are going to come to you. You will see the newspaper articles. San Fernando Valley sees rise in violent crime. Van Nuys Boulevard being the biggest one. And guess what? At the same time, when we're struggling, guess what? The council member is having parties in City Hall. Smoke from party in City Council office triggers City Hall evacuation. Thousands of dollars are wasted because there's a DJ party with smoke machine during office hours when we should be resolving these issues we're talking about. How is that acceptable? Nuys Martinez's Sun Valley field office, her landlord is funding her independent expenditure. All the dirty negative mail that you're going to get about me, read. See who's funding it. It's the guy she's giving or paying her mortgage for. That's unacceptable. That's unethical. I don't believe in that. So as a voter of Council District 6, I will vote against that. And if you don't believe me, those guys, they're going far enough. This is how much they disrespect us. Illegal campaign mailers. Illegal campaign mailers. So you have a choice.
Nuys is recognized.
You have a
Nuys
choice.
Is recognized.
And I hope you vote for change.
Ms. Martinez, you're recognized.
I too would vote for change if it was real. I too would vote for change. I too would vote for change if it was some legitimate person who wasn't looking for another job to fill. And I too would vote for change. I too would vote for change if someone was genuine enough to really be the candidate of this community. I would too. The change you voted for 18 months ago was to deal with the illegal pot shops that people are opening up, even though we had a Prop D proposition on the ballot. The voters voted for the woman who is getting our sidewalks repaired, who has a plan to do that. The woman who has now successfully advocated for more street resurfacing in her district than anyone else in the San Fernando Valley. And the woman who has taken some of the biggest issue in our valley, which is human trafficking, and tried to do something about it. That's who the voters voted for. So when the voters sent me to City Hall, I was very, very, very clear about the things that I was going to work on. I was going to work on the very basic services that my district lacked for a very long time. They voted for someone who walked every day and not only talked the talk, but walked the walk. I have dealt with the environmental issues in the community that I grew up in and that I currently live in. You voted for the person who wasn't a lobbyist for DWP and making over $200,000. That's a lie. That's a lie. And you voted for the person, and you voted for the underdog. You voted for the underdog that was outraced 4-1 and who lost in the primary by 19 points. That's who you voted for. I haven't changed. Nothing about me has changed. I have not decided to change my appearance. I have not decided to give myself another ballot designation. I have done the work that the voters of this great district send me to City Hall to do. That's what I've done. All of you that I've been able to work with, all of you who have helped me pick up piles and piles of trash and bulky items, 500 tons of trash we collected last year. You have all walked the streets with me to deal with the human trafficking issue. You have all seen that. You have all seen that. You have seen my staff work day in and day out, get in a truck and deal with these issues and knock on doors and put themselves at the people's service. You have all seen that. Our issues are long and far resolved, and I recognize. And I have never once lied and said anything that would make you believe that these things are going to get resolved overnight. I have never, ever said that. I've always said we're going to work on these things together. I have a track record of 18 months, and people have said to me, very honestly, you have done more now than anyone has ever done in this district in prior years. I am So I just want to close with, it really has been an honor to be not only your councilwoman, doing the great things of this district, but to work alongside such beautiful people that I get to call my constituents every day. Thank you for the opportunity, and I hope to continue to serve you for another 4 years. Thank you very much.
All right, we are going to, Rosemary's going to give a brief statement, and then we will go into recess for 10 minutes.
Hello, again, I'm Rosemary Jenkins. All right, if everybody could be seated just for a minute. We are going to take a break for several minutes to enjoy the cake, etc. But I just wanted to make a statement or two. As many of you may know, I write regularly for CityWatchLA.com and LA Progressive, and there will be an article coming out Thursday night dealing with the port driver's situation that will elaborate and give a lot of details on that. And I think it would be of importance for you to be aware of that, because what's happening there does affect the rest of the community. And I've written a recent article about the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which also affects all of us. So if you're interested in learning more about those two topics, please go to citywatchla.com. Thank you.
All right, you guys, let's give both ladies a round of applause. Thank you very much. This council is in recess for 10 minutes.
What is she doing?
What? After you, buddy. I know what you said. I'm smart.